Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Hey, I want to share something with you, and I see this happening a lot in my line of work as a life coach. I really want you to understand that you have a lot more control over your life and your thoughts and what you attract. You have a lot more control than you believe. And you got to understand is, you have the opportunity every day to go down the rabbit hole, to put yourself in a mindset and in a situation to where you start to speak more damage. You're speaking stress, you're speaking anxiety, you're speaking worry, you're speaking depression because you're telling your mind over and over, I'm stressed, I'm worried, I'm anxious, I'm depressed. And so the more you say that to yourself, the more you accept the labels, the sicker you get. The more you allow your mouth to say, I suffer from this or I suffer from that, you create that as a reality. See, there are a lot of us, including myself, who go through the same symptoms, the same things that could be labeled and diagnosed and prescribed medicine for. But instead of going that route, I chose to diagnose myself as blessed and highly favored. I chose to diagnose myself as a spiritual being having a human experience and understanding that in the human experience, there will be highs and there will be lows. And in your lows, you cannot stay low. And in order to come out of that low, you have to think high. You have to think higher. You have to speak higher. And you have to do. So just literally going from a low feeling to a smile. Just smiling, immediately I feel a drip from my brain into my bloodstream. Immediately when I smile, no matter how I'm feeling or what I'm doing, when I just do this, it instantly sends a signal to my brain that I'm happy. And my brain releases into my bloodstream a happy feeling. Dopamine or whichever you may, however you want to, technical you want to be, but it's immediate. So if I get up and I start to move and I start to walk, I start to exercise, I do push-ups, immediately my brain reacts and it sends new signals throughout my body, to my heart, to my bloodstream, and I start to feel invigorated. I start to feel strong. And so it was times to where being an entrepreneur is not for everybody. Because if you're an entrepreneur, meaning that you don't get a set check every 2 weeks, you're an entrepreneur. If you get a set check every 2 weeks, you're not an entrepreneur. But being an entrepreneur, your money goes up and down, and you want to live life. And I remember in my young years as an entrepreneur, wanting to give my family a better life, I would give them everything they need, everything they want, not necessarily everything they need, but everything they want. And sometimes that will break you. And I didn't want their life to change just because my businesses were changing. And so I would go through these periods of where I would get down and I would be stressed and I would be angry and I would be snappy and I would be short tempered and just short in conversation with my wife and with my son. And my wife, she would kind of just chill. She would kind of just fall back because she understands a man and his money, that's a different kind of dynamic. And so she would just kind of chill and fall back and realize, okay, I'm in that place. And I would tell myself, I got the right to be short. I got the right to be rude because I'm broke, and I would tell myself, this is how I am. This is who I'm going to be. This is what I'm going to do in these times. I'm going to get angry. I'm going to be short. I'm going to be rude. I'm going to be distant because I'm broke, because money is not here. And then as soon as money would come, however or whenever, I would all be happy. I would be happy and be smiling. And I realized that I was giving external things too much power over my life. That I was allowing happiness to be a contingency. That my happiness was contingent upon my circumstance and my situation, when happiness is actually a choice. And so I would go through long periods of stress and worry and anxiety. and I would be deteriorating my brain. I would be breaking my body down because of what I am claiming and what I'm telling myself. So I'm telling myself I'm stressed, I'm worried, I'm down, I'm depressed. But I had a shift. And my wife kind of helped me have this shift in watching her. And I had a shift to where when things would go wrong externally, I would remain the same or get better internally. And I started to speak different. So if it was financial, I would say, look, I'm blessed. I'm blessed and highly favored. Money's coming. Money is coming. Money's coming. You know, Lord, work something out. I need a blessing. I need X amount to pay these bills. Lord, I'm asking you to move like you never moved before. And I'm talking to the universe. I'm talking to God. I'm talking to my atmosphere, to everything around me. And what would happen is one portion of me would see opportunity. I would see opportunity around me. Ideas would come to me. Do this, do that, because I kept my brain waves open. I kept my mind open for the possibilities. When in the past I was shut down, so I couldn't think about anything. I couldn't envision anything. I couldn't see opportunities. Opportunities would come, but my head is down. I'm frowning. So person don't want to talk to me, don't want to bring me the opportunity they would bring to me because I look like I don't want to be bothered. But when I got to the place where I was still open, I was still vibrating on a high level, and I was speaking life. I was speaking prosperity. I was speaking blessings and abundance. Guess what? It started to come. And then what happened was there would be so much that I could do on my own, but I would receive 10 times that amount doing nothing at no effort of my own. So like I'm in this moment and my mind is open and I'm speaking blessings. Money is coming, blessings are coming, opportunity is coming, and I'm speaking it and I'm believing it. I don't know how it's going to come, but I convince my heart and my mind that I know it is coming. And I will get an email, somebody say, hey Tony, I would like you to do this for me. And that's a $10,000 job. Hey Tony, we're gonna do this. You know, we would like to do this with you, and that's a $75,000 job. Hey Tony, we would like to do this, and that's a $5,000 job, and it would come as a result of what felt like happenstance. I prayed for it, I believed for it, but I did not work for it. I did not solicit that blessing. I did not market for that blessing. You could say that all the work I had done up until that point positioned me for that. But guess what? If I was still down and doubting and not speaking life and blessings and prosperity, I would not have even been open for the opportunity. My attitude and my response would have rubbed the people the wrong way because of where I was operating from. If I would have been operating from frustration, my energy and my attitude, if I would have been operating from a place of scarcity, I would have asked for too much money or got too greedy or got too aggressive and ruined the opportunity. But because I stayed calm and because I allowed a certain amount of stress, a certain amount of anxiety, and I appreciated it as being a part of the human experience and not feeling like, oh, I need to go get on some pills, go get on some medicine. Oh, I need to go, talk to a shrink and lay on the couch and just, because I'm stressed, I'm depressed, I'm going through. No, I said, this is the human experience. There are highs, there are lows. So in this, let me get a lesson. Let me learn from this. Let me learn how to talk to myself. Let me stop telling myself that I'm crazy and tell myself that I'm smart, that I'm blessed, that I'm wise, that I'm human, that I make mistakes, and let me pre-plan and envision and learn from my mistakes so that next time I am confronted with this situation, I know how to respond instead of react. I can respond to the situation positively with positive words and positive action and positive energy instead of beating myself up and labeling and diagnosing myself with something that is way worse than what I'm feeling and what I'm going through. Hey, this is Tony Gaskins. Just want to share that with you. God bless you. We'll talk soon.